This person is making a big decision about you. My beloved child. There is a moment, so silent, so electric, that the universe has been holding its breath for. And tonight, that moment belongs to you. Something huge is waiting for you, something that has been forming behind closed doors, behind someone's guarded eyes, behind the thoughts they never dared to speak aloud. A person you once crossed paths with, someone who felt your presence deeper than you realized, is standing on the edge of a decision that could shift your entire destiny. They haven't slept properly. They haven't smiled the same way. They haven't taken a single day lightly because your name, your energy, your impact on their life has become impossible for them to ignore. And now, they are reaching the moment where they must choose whether to step toward you, confess what is weighing on their heart, or walk away forever. Amen. Blessing 111. But listen carefully. Because the decision they are about to make isn't just emotional, it's life-changing. Something about you has shaken this person in ways even they cannot understand. They have replayed conversations, memories, even the smallest gestures you made, trying to decode why the universe keeps pushing your name back into their mind. They have tried to distract themselves, bury their thoughts under responsibilities, pretend they don't care, but it isn't working. And the truth is almost unbelievable. Someone who once held their heart has told them to forget you. Someone close to them has tried to convince them that you're a risk. Yet the more they try to step away, the stronger the pull becomes. They are afraid of choosing you and losing comfort, afraid of not choosing you and losing fate. That is why this decision is not small. It is the kind of choice that changes timelines. Amen. Blessing 222. And now hear this. Tonight, this person has finally stopped running from their own truth. They are looking at their life, at everything they have built, at everyone around them, and they are realizing that none of it feels complete without understanding what your presence truly means in their journey. They know things can't stay the same anymore. They have reached the point where silence is heavier than confession, distance is more painful than honesty, and losing you would cost them more than any fear could justify. They are standing in a private battlefield, heart on one side, pressure on the other, and for the first time, their heart is winning. That's why the universe pushed you to hear this message right now. Because before the clock resets, a revelation will surface. A truth they've buried for too long will break open. Their next step, their next words, their next move, will alter everything you thought you knew. And you, my beloved child, are closer to the truth than ever before. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 333. My beloved child. There is a moment, so silent, so electric, that the universe has been holding its breath for. And tonight, that moment belongs to you. Something huge is waiting for you, something that has been forming behind closed doors, behind someone's guarded eyes, behind the thoughts they never dared to speak aloud. A person you once crossed paths with, someone who felt your presence deeper than you realized, is standing on the edge of a decision that could shift your entire destiny. They haven't slept properly. They haven't smiled the same way. They haven't taken a single day lightly because your name, your energy, your impact on their life has become impossible for them to ignore. And now, they are reaching the moment where they must choose whether to step toward you, confess what is weighing on their heart, or walk away forever. Amen. Blessing 111. But listen carefully. Because the decision they are about to make isn't just emotional, it's life-changing. Something about you has shaken this person in ways even they cannot understand. They have replayed conversations, memories, even the smallest gestures you made, trying to decode why the universe keeps pushing your name back into their mind. They have tried to distract themselves, bury their thoughts under responsibilities, pretend they don't care, but it isn't working. And the truth is almost unbelievable. Someone who once held their heart has told them to forget you. Someone close to them has tried to convince them that you're a risk. Yet the more they try to step away, the stronger the pull becomes. They are afraid of choosing you and losing comfort, afraid of not choosing you and losing fate. That is why this decision is not small. It is the kind of choice that changes timelines. Amen. Blessing 222. And now hear this. Tonight, this person has finally stopped running from their own truth. They are looking at their life, at everything they have built, at everyone around them, and they are realizing that none of it feels complete without understanding what your presence truly means in their journey. They know things can't stay the same anymore. They have reached the point where silence is heavier than confession, distance is more painful than honesty, and losing you would cost them more than any fear could justify. They are standing in a private battlefield, heart on one side, pressure on the other, and for the first time, their heart is winning. That's why the universe pushed you to hear this message right now. Because before the clock resets, a revelation will surface. A truth they've buried for too long will break open. Their next step, their next words, their next move, will alter everything you thought you knew. And you, my beloved child, are closer to the truth than ever before. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 333. My beloved child. Tonight, the universe is whispering a truth you were never meant to overlook. This person who is making a big decision about you has reached the point where their silence is becoming unbearable. Their heart is loud. Their mind is restless. Their spirit is unsettled. They can't go a single hour without your name crossing their thoughts, without imagining the life they could have chosen if fear didn't hold them hostage. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's tied to the moment they finally stop running from what they feel. They have started questioning their own patterns, why they pull away, why they return, why they stay conflicted even when the world around them seems stable. And now they are realizing the truth: nothing about their life feels aligned unless you are somewhere in it. Amen. Blessing 777. But here is where everything becomes intense. This person recently had a moment, so sharp, so piercing, that it forced them to confront emotions they hid for too long. They saw something, heard something, or remembered something that made their chest tighten instantly. A memory of you resurfaced with a force they weren't ready for. A moment you shared, maybe small, maybe ordinary, hit them like a revelation. They realized that the connection wasn't imagined. It wasn't temporary. It wasn't something they could outgrow. It was real, hauntingly real. And now they're questioning why they ever stepped back, why they allowed confusion, people, pressure, or insecurity to take control. They're starting to see that losing you isn't an option they could live with. Not anymore. Amen. Blessing 888. And here's the part destiny wants you to hear. This person has begun preparing something. A message. A confession. A decision that isn't just emotional, it's transformative. They are inching toward a choice that will either open a door you thought was locked forever, or close a chapter that has been dragging for too long. But everything in the energy shows this. They are leaning toward you. They are leaning toward truth. They are leaning toward courage. And when they finally make their move, you will understand why you were guided to this message today. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 999. My beloved child. The moment you've been sensing, the heaviness, the pull, the strange waves of emotion, none of it is random. That person who has been standing on the edge of a life-changing decision about you is now facing the moment of truth. They can no longer hide behind distance or pretend that fate hasn't been nudging them toward you. Something huge is waiting for you, and tonight their heartbeat is louder than their hesitation. They woke up today feeling an unexplainable urgency, as if the universe itself pushed them to stop delaying what must be confronted. Their thoughts circled around you with a clarity that frightened them, clarity that said, if you don't decide now, you may lose the one thing your heart was never meant to lose. Amen. Blessing 1111. But here comes the twist that changes everything. Someone around them, someone who once influenced their choices, has stepped back. A voice that used to hold weight suddenly became silent. A pressure that once controlled them has weakened. For the first time, this person feels free enough to question what they truly want, and every answer pulls them toward you. They are seeing signs everywhere, your initials, your favorite number, your birthday, something you once said echoing at the right time. These signs are cracking open their resistance. They are realizing that the connection they feel isn't an illusion, isn't a coincidence, and definitely isn't something they can erase. Their fear is turning into longing. Their confusion is turning into courage. And their doubt is turning into a decision that will soon collide with your life. Amen. Blessing 1212. And now, my beloved child, a message to the audience. If this story is gripping your heart, if your spirit is feeling this shift, then stay locked in. Let your presence be felt, share this energy forward, let your thoughts move in the comments, stay connected as the story unfolds, because the revelation ahead is even bigger. The next part will carry the weight of truth, and you do not want to miss what destiny is preparing to reveal. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1313. My beloved child. Tonight, destiny is no longer whispering, it's speaking with thunder. That person who has been circling around their feelings for you, battling between fear and truth, has finally reached the point where their emotions can no longer be contained. Something huge is waiting for you, and the universe is aligning everything so their next step becomes unavoidable. Their heart is restless, beating with an intensity they haven't felt in years. They keep replaying the moments they shared with you, the unspoken words, the silent glances, the energy that always felt bigger than both of you. They thought they could suppress it, walk away from it, distract themselves from it, but their soul refuses to let go. And now, a decision that will directly impact your life is rising to the surface, loud, unstoppable, undeniable. Amen. Blessing 1414. But here is the truth they didn't expect to confront. Someone in their environment said something recently, something casual, something small, but it hit them with an emotional force they couldn't explain. A reminder of you. A trait you have. A habit you once showed. And instantly, everything inside them shifted. Their mask slipped. Their denial cracked. They realized that their feelings for you run deeper than desire, deeper than curiosity, deeper than anything they ever admitted. This is not just interest. This is not a simple connection. This is the kind of bond that follows them into their dreams, into their silence, into the moments when they think no one is watching. And now, as they stand in the quiet corners of their mind, they are asking themselves a question they avoided for too long: what if choosing you is the doorway to the life I was meant to live? That question is haunting them, pushing them toward a decision they can no longer delay. Amen. Blessing 1515. And now destiny leans closer. This person has started preparing something, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. They are rehearsing words they never had the courage to express. They are imagining how you might react. They are deciding whether to confess everything at once or reveal the truth piece by piece. But one thing is clear: the decision isn't about if anymore, it's about when. Their heart has already chosen you. Their soul has already moved toward you. And the world around them is beginning to shift to match their inner realization. Your stories are aligning. Your timelines are merging. And the moment they step forward, nothing in your life will remain the same. Something huge is waiting for you, my beloved child. Amen. Blessing 1616. My beloved child. Tonight, the energy around you is heavy with revelation. The person who has been wrestling with their decision about you is no longer in a place of confusion, they are in a place of surrender. Something huge is waiting for you, and the universe has pushed them into a moment where they must face what they feel without excuses, without delays, without running back into the shadows they once hid in. They spent the entire day drifting in and out of deep thoughts, thoughts that always return to your face, your voice, your presence, your impact. Every distraction failed. Every attempt to silence their emotions collapsed. And now they are standing in the truth they avoided for so long: they can't move forward in life without acknowledging what you mean to them. Amen. Blessing 1717. But here is the revelation they don't want you to know yet. They made a small but powerful move today. Something subtle, something quiet, but something that reveals exactly where their heart truly stands. They checked something related to you: your name, your status, your recent activity, your presence. They wanted to know if you were still accessible, still open, still somewhere within reach. And the moment they saw even the smallest sign that you are still connected to their world, a wave of relief washed over them, deeper than they expected. It scared them how much they cared. It shocked them how emotional they became. And that is why tonight they are closer than ever to acting on their feelings. Their heart has already crossed the line. Their mind is catching up slowly. But their soul is already on its knees, admitting the truth they never said out loud: I can't lose them. Not again. Not this time. Amen. Blessing 1818. And now, the universe opens another door. This person is preparing for a moment, an encounter, a message, a confession, that will shift the energy between you in ways you are not expecting. They are imagining standing in front of you, or typing the words that have been stuck in their throat for months. They are imagining the weight lifting off their chest once they finally choose honesty over fear. And destiny is moving quietly in the background, removing obstacles, loosening the grip of people who once influenced them, creating the perfect pathway for them to reach you. Your story is entering its turning point. The decision they are about to make will define the next chapter of your life, and nothing will be the same once they act. My beloved child, hold on, because something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1919. My beloved child. The universe is drawing even closer now, holding your story in a gentle but powerful grip. That person who has been on the edge of making a life-shifting decision about you has reached a point where turning back is no longer an option. Something huge is waiting for you, and the signs around them are becoming too loud to ignore. They woke up today with an ache in their heart, a feeling that something about their life is unfinished, incomplete, unresolved. And no matter how much they try to bury that feeling, it keeps circling back to one truth: you. They are realizing that ignoring you is not the same as moving on. Pretending they're fine is not the same as healing. Distance didn't erase anything, it only exposed how deeply they feel for you. Amen. Blessing 2020. But here is the moment that shook them. They saw something today, maybe a message, maybe a reminder, maybe a memory, that made their heart stop for a second. It was so unexpected, so emotionally charged, that they had to sit down and breathe. They felt your energy again, stronger than before, almost as if destiny was whispering into their ear, "It's time." And in that moment, their doubts began to crumble. They realized that the reason they kept hesitating wasn't because their feelings were weak, it was because their feelings were overwhelming. They feared what choosing you might change. They feared how deeply you could affect them. They feared the vulnerability that comes with loving someone who matters this much. But now, their fear is losing power. Their clarity is rising. Their heart is speaking louder. Amen. Blessing 2121. And now destiny reveals the next layer. This person has started imagining the future in a way they never allowed themselves to before. A future where they choose honesty. A future where they stop hiding. A future where they finally step toward you instead of stepping away. They are wondering how it would feel to tell you the truth, to admit the emotions they buried, to show you the side of their heart they never revealed to anyone. And this time, unlike before, they are not pushing the thought away. They are not fighting it. They are letting it stay. Letting it grow. Letting it guide them. The decision they are about to make will not come from pressure or fear, it will come from a place of acceptance, realization, and surrender. Something huge is waiting for you, my beloved child, and the timeline of your destiny is about to shift in your favor. Amen. Blessing 2222. My beloved child. Tonight the universe is pulling the curtain back even more, revealing a truth that this person can no longer escape. Their decision about you has intensified to a level that is now affecting their sleep, their routine, their thoughts, their entire emotional balance. Something huge is waiting for you, and destiny is pushing them into a space where denying their feelings is becoming impossible. All day they felt a strange heaviness in their chest, a pressure that kept reminding them of everything unsaid between you, everything unresolved, everything left hanging in the air. No matter what they tried to focus on, their heart kept drifting back to you in a way that felt almost magnetic. They are beginning to understand that what they feel for you is not temporary, not accidental, not something time can erase. It is deeper, older, destined. Amen. Blessing 2323. But here comes the moment that changed their inner world. They had a sudden realization, a clarity so sharp it cut through every excuse they ever made. They understood that the distance between you isn't caused by fate, it's caused by fear. Their fear. Their hesitation. Their attempt to control something that was never meant to be controlled. They realized that stepping back from you didn't protect them, it only made their heart more restless, more hollow, more desperate for something real. This realization shook them to the core. For the first time, they asked themselves, why am I so afraid of someone who feels like home? And that question opened a door they had kept locked for far too long. Their emotional walls are cracking. Their resistance is falling apart. Their decision is no longer a question, it's a countdown. Amen. Blessing 2424. And now destiny delivers its most powerful push yet. This person has started planning something, not in their imagination this time, but in reality. A step. A message. A move that bridges the gap between you. They are thinking about what they will say, how they will express what has been trapped inside them, how they will approach you without letting their fear sabotage everything again. The universe is lifting the weight of old influences from their life, removing distractions, clearing the fog around their judgment. They feel the change. They feel the urgency. They feel the truth rising within them like a tide they can no longer hold back. And soon, very soon, this decision will no longer be silent. It will take form. It will reach you. It will change everything. Something huge is waiting for you, my beloved child. Amen. Blessing 2525. My beloved child. The energy around this decision has now reached a point of no return. The person who has been silently battling their emotions for you is stepping deeper into a truth they can no longer outrun. Something huge is waiting for you, and tonight their heart is louder, heavier, more honest than it has ever been. They tried distracting themselves, they tried pretending they were fine, they tried convincing their mind to forget what their soul refuses to release, but every attempt has failed. Instead, the universe keeps pulling them back to the same realization: their life feels incomplete without you. This realization is now sitting in their chest with a weight they can't ignore. They feel your absence like a missing piece. They feel your presence even from a distance. And now, they know, without any doubt, that their decision will shape the rest of their emotional story. Amen. Blessing 2626. But here comes the moment destiny has been building toward. Earlier today, something happened that shook them in a way they didn't expect. Maybe it was a sudden silence. Maybe it was a memory hitting them harder than usual. Maybe it was a dream, a sign, a message, or even a random moment where your name crossed their path again. But whatever it was, it cracked open everything inside them. They realized how long they've been suppressing their truth. They realized how deeply they've been hurting themselves by staying silent. They realized that their connection with you doesn't fade, it intensifies. They saw their future from a distance, and for the first time, they didn't see themselves walking away from you. They saw themselves walking toward you. This moment terrified them and comforted them at the same time. And that's when they knew, avoiding this decision would no longer protect them. It would only break them. Amen. Blessing 2727. And now the universe reveals the next step. This person is finally accepting that their feelings for you are not something they can negotiate, hide, or bury anymore. They are preparing, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, for the moment they will step forward. They are thinking of confessing what they feel, or at least revealing a part of the truth they have kept locked inside. They are imagining the look in your eyes when they finally open up. They are imagining the relief of finally choosing destiny instead of fear. And destiny is aligning with them. A path is clearing. A window is opening. A moment is approaching. What they reveal next will not be small, it will be the truth you've been waiting to hear. And once they speak it, everything will shift. Something huge is waiting for you, my beloved child. Amen. My beloved child. The atmosphere around your destiny is trembling now, quietly, intensely, undeniably. The person who has been torn between fear and longing is standing at the threshold of the biggest emotional decision of their life. Something huge is waiting for you, and tonight their heart feels like it is overflowing, almost unable to contain the truth any longer. They feel this urgency rising inside them, as if time itself is warning them that if they don't act now, they may lose the one connection their soul has been searching for. Every breath they take feels heavier. Every thought circles back to you. Every emotion points toward a truth they cannot hide from anymore. They have reached the point where staying silent hurts them more than speaking out. Amen. Blessing 2929. But here is the turning point that pushed them over the edge. They experienced a moment today that left them shaken in a way even they weren't prepared for. A sudden realization, raw, piercing, and impossible to ignore, hit them like a wave. They felt the weight of what life would look like without you. Not just in imagination, but in reality. And for the first time, they couldn't stomach that possibility. They felt an emptiness, a fear, a deep sinking sensation in their chest that made them understand, losing you would break something inside them that might never heal. This wasn't a dramatic moment. It was a quiet one. A still one. But it changed everything. They finally saw that their hesitation wasn't protecting them, it was killing the very thing they wanted most. And in that realization, their fear began to dissolve, replaced by clarity, longing, and a powerful need to act. Amen. Blessing 3030. And now destiny reveals the next piece of this unfolding story. This person has started forming the courage they once lacked. Not in fantasies, but in reality. They are imagining the moment they face you, not with distance or confusion, but with honesty. Their heart already knows what it wants. Their soul already knows where it belongs. And their next move will not be random. It will be deliberate, emotional, true. They are preparing to cross the line they once feared crossing. They are preparing to speak a truth they once buried. They are preparing to show you a part of their heart no one else has ever seen. And when they step forward, because they will, your entire story will shift. The decision they make will open a door that has been waiting for the two of you. Something huge is waiting for you, my beloved child. Amen. Blessing 3131.